Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is April. Oh my gosh, y'all, we made it to April. So welcome. I am your host, Angela Perryman, and welcome to Behind the Vibes. And tonight we have a very special show because we are going to be wrapping up our Women Empowering Women month. Of course, you know, we went past March, but we can do that on Behind the Vibes. So real quick, I'm going to introduce my super uber producer. Hey, Betty, what's going on, girl?
Hi.
Hi.
It's April. Can you believe it's April? I feel like we blinked and it's just a different month.
Everything. I feel like every time I blink, it's something different.
I'm digging that we're continuing the Women Empowering Women, though. I love that.
Absolutely. And you know what? With how we are, we'll probably do this for the whole rest of the year and just keep it in segments and just keep them. Because, I mean, we know some awesome women, and every time we turn around, they're always empowering us. So why not? I mean, it is our show. We can kind of do what we want to do. So,
True.
Right. So how you been, honey? How you been going?
Things have been doing great. I turned a $2,000 bathroom project into a $150 restore project.
Hey.
And I have a beautifully remodeled bathroom now, and I did it on a dime. And I am considering, I think I might post about it. I think I might run people through what I did to make that possible. And it made me think of
very empowering.
It made me think of Monica with Girl Build.
I was about to say.
I immediately thought of her. And we're going to have to, I can't wait till we have her on the show.
Oh, we're having her on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We got to make her happen. But I thought of her immediately. I was like, she'd be so proud of me.
Yes, girl.
And here with my knee pads, lemon tile.
You're right. And you did amazing. So you definitely should post those pictures. And you guys should definitely follow Betty on her social media and follow Girl Build as well. Monica's amazing. Yes. Well, girl, are you ready to wrap up our phenomenal interview that we had with Renee?
Yes, it was extraordinary. Renee is such an amazing woman.
It was. And congratulations to Renee on a phenomenal TSV. She had a great TSV on March the 28th, and she absolutely rocked it. So congratulations, Renee. You know, we are super, uber proud of you, and we love working with you. All right, you guys. Well, stay tuned. That was our 60-second recap of what's going on for April, and we'll be right back on Behind the Vibes.
We're international women with real bodies, and we have real issues. Women with Control helps you stay in control. It's the uplifting factor of the no more little, no more jiggle.
No way, no jiggle.
Style is not about size, it's about attitude.
I love that commercial.
Why is that music embedded in my brain like forever? So
it's the only jam I've ever been able to dance for over a solid hour to the same beat to. So Renee nailed it on that music.
Yes. And that's actually her song.
That's awesome.
Right to that. That's actually her song. So yeah, we can dance that forever. So speaking of which, Betty and I had an amazing interview with Renee for Women's Month, and I want to give you guys the rest of this. So here, no further ado, here's Renee Greenstein.
Oh, and it's going to have give me the belt and the hat. Just since you are going to get me in trouble. So wait, then it's going to have maybe a little.
Oh, look at your Obi belt!
Yes. Maybe be in a print. Did I say print? Hello.
And I love that.
I love that.
Ooh, you know I'm from the South. I love those wide brim hats.
Honey.
Can we just all go on vacation?
You know what I got to make? Debbie, put it down. I'm going to make a fan.
Like a Maui fan? I love Maui fan.
Do a folding fan that has, when you open it up and you go pop, it's going to say attitude.
I love that. Yes to that. Yes.
See the collaboration here?
Yes. Please and thank you to that. Yes.
You're from the South, so you go like, excuse me.
Yeah, you just fan. And you got to learn how to slap it across your knee and close it so you can smack them with it.
That's right. You smack them.
Right. I learned that in church.
Watch it because they might.
You gotta work your wrist.
I learned how to smack them with that fan in church. My grandma taught me how to do that.
Hit your little hiney.
Yep.
That little quick little. Oh.
Yep. You think she was just standing away, and all of a sudden she'd be like, wham, right across your toothy.
Oh, gotcha. Yes. Those, they didn't have that. Well, and all that stuff for nothing, girlfriend. Okay, those Southern bells. Let me tell you something. There's a Southern bell because when she rings her chimes. So here, I just wanted to show you because I have. Okay, so this one says air conditioning.
Did they freeze?
Nice.
I love that.
I love it. You go like this, and then you're like that, and
yes.
Nobody's here. That was creepy. And then Vivian walks up to me, and she's like,
"Okay, what did I do?"
Hi.
Hi.
That was amazing.
That was amazing. Like I could sit here and just like kind of watch Renee. And I was right. I was like, I said, what happened? I was watching.
I was just watching Renee just going on like, we'll just do this real casual. Just watch Renee.
And you know what I love about her? I love that she loves working with other women and she loves collabing. And like when she did the all 10 collab, I just think that like her aesthetic and how she thinks and how she processes business is amazing.
Yes, it is. And I love that she's always coming up with new ideas and new ways of introducing and reintroducing fashion to women.
I love it. Absolutely love it. All right, you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying our amazing Renee interview. We actually have 2 more segments coming up, and then we're going to dive into how you loving with my girl Jacinth. You know what we're talking about tonight, right, Betty?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One night stand. So this is going to be interesting too. So we'll be right back with what Behind the Vibes. One night stand.
She walks like she's on a mission. Everybody watching her move. Everybody paying attention. Mama ain't raised no fool. She's on fire. She's on fire. She's on fire. Yeah. She's on fire.
And we are back. Welcome back. I love Mark's commercial too. His commercial is like so inspiring to me. When I first started at QVC, that was the first commercial that I really like sat down and watched, and I absolutely loved it. Like, I love it. So without further ado, you guys, let's get back into the second segment of Renee's interview.
Right. Renee's bringing back fans.
Okay.
I'm
going to work on that. I'm going to work on that. Okay. It won't be today. You will definitely see an attitude or women with control.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Or just attitude and control. Ooh. Like attitude on one side and control on the other. So you can hold it like this. Ooh. Or you can hold it like this.
Yeah.
Oh, Betty, I think you're dropping some gems today, honey. Yes. Ping. Yes.
I love it. See, yes. This is, and you were going back to as far as women in business and how they should go, entrepreneurship. When they say it takes a village, we're talking about when you get women together and you start talking and you start expressing yourselves, it's amazing what can come out of it.
Amen.
And that's the beauty.
That's right. Oh my God. See, I love this. Renee, this is why I absolutely love you, because you are. Is that your cup too?
No, but this is, she was talking about pink. I have a pink mug. I have 2 pink mugs, one for myself and one for my little princess Aya. So whenever she comes over, we do our tea, whatever, in our pink mugs.
Aww.
Right, but we have our 2 pink mugs.
That's amazing.
She's so look, Renee. You might want to come with the whole home line. with some cups and some throws and
cookware.
I'll
Cookware.
leave that to Jason Wu and to Martha.
leave it to Jason.
Fair enough.
Oh my gosh. Right. Fair enough. Leave it to Jason.
See, everybody's doing their pillows, everybody's doing their throws and what have you. You know, Renee has to be a little different.
Right. Stick to the booties because you lift the booties.
Yeah.
The booties.
What was it I heard the other day? The lips and the hips.
Right. Look, the lips and the.
You know, so there are things that I'm looking to do, but I like. Let me see. I think my son says I love to renovate homes and men.
Nice.
So maybe renovations and
I have a couple of men you can
renovation would be part of my theme.
I mean, yeah, I renovated my husband. She's got a very valuable point.
You know, but you know, you're talking about living space. Maybe it's how we, you know, how I said to Justin when he married me, I said, you will never be bored. So there would be times when I come home and I get a different throw rug or I move a chair or he would go like, what happened here?
What is this room?
Rearranged some things. I like to keep you on your toes.
That's right. That's right. And,
Yeah,
and you do such a good job with that. Such a good job. I mean, I absolutely love everything that you do. And I love how you're so positive and you're always motivating and always inspiring women. You know, you inspire me every day. A lot of things that I've done in business, I've done because of you.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Because you are both. I love both of you. I love the first time I met you, Betty. I think it was at Angela's. Didn't I meet you at Angela the first time?
You met me on at Angela's party, I think, and then I was on your show.
That's right, exactly. Yeah. And I talked to you and heard your whole story and everything. What have you? So again, the power of women together, and I love seeing you and how you've blossomed and everything. And I remember Angela. I will never forget.
Tell the story. Go ahead, Renee. Tell the story.
You know what? I'm shame on me because I should have put it in my book. You are women with control. And yes, I've got to tell about my book. So tell everybody to buy my book. Okay.
Yes, buy her book. I love her book.
Angela comes out, and we did a set of 2 maxi dresses. We had a live audience show. Yeah. And Angela comes strutting out, and I'm looking and I'm going, I thought she was going to be wearing, and then she pulls it up. She thought it was a set of 2 dresses to wear together.
Because nobody told me. I didn't.
The phone lines melted. They went, and you tie one and you have the one underneath. She started a whole new trend for me.
I started a whole new I was mortified. I was like, he's going to fire me.
At a live show at QVC Studios, my girlfriend Angela struts out and goes, and I go, wait a minute, you got it underneath me. I'm like, whoa.
We're just doing this. This is the whole thing. It's happening. That's why we're friends. You know that, right? That's why Angela and I are friends, because we are the kind of humans that would see more than one color and go, I'm just going to make all of this happen at once.
Right. Great. And I'm hoping all the women out there are learning from this.
It works.
So true.
We're international women with real bodies, and we have real issues. Women with Control helps you stay in control. It's the uplifting factor of the no more wiggle, no more jiggle.
No wiggle, no jiggle.
Style is not about size, it's about attitude.
I love that story so much.
Just why?
My favorite thing. How we make awkward.
I love it.
And we make awkward work, and we do it, and we're like, yeah, we did that on purpose. Sure.
And they picked all the best scenes from that whole video. Like, I mean, they did pick the scene of me in the chair kicking my legs up like a crazy person. I was like, oh, okay. But I mean, it shows that hands are very flexible. So
True story. Yeah.
it's a whole true story.
I had to flick that cover thing like 3 or 4 times to the camera, like
the hair flick. But you had a whole rack. Like, I only got a chair. Like, I had to like work the chair like you know, a private.
You worked it.
But y'all had like racks,
You were
and all types of stuff. I'm like,
you
why
were
do I get the chair?
Angela,
Angela, work the chair.
Thanks, guys, for the chair.
Work the chair. Oh my God.
It's okay. I'm working the chair.
So let me ask you, Betty, what was your favorite part about Renee's interview? I mean, like, as far as what we learned and what we learned about her, the product. What was your favorite part?
So my favorite part about that interview was actually finding out how down to earth Renee really is, given all her success and how intelligent she is and how amazing she is, how she's just one of the girls, you know, she's somebody that I could sit down and drink some wine with and have fun. And that maybe that's why she's so successful, you know, because success finds those people.
Well, you know what it is? I think she's so relatable because she's a very person. But instead of wine, Renee likes her champagne. She got to have the bubblies. So, you know, but you'll learn that when she comes back to New York and you know, we all go out and have our little dinner date. You'll learn that about her. She says the bubblies. Nice. Yes, the bubblies. I guess I can say, like, as it comes to women empowering women, like I said, I really love the fact that she focuses on doing collaborations with so many different brands and so many different designers where she cross brand. And I think that a person who is successful, especially in the fashion industry, has to be able to cross brand with other brands, because if not, it's like, you know, how are you going to?
And in order to collaborate like that, you have to be the kind of woman who supports other women. You can't be a competitor in the market and collaborate.
Be a hater and still make money.
Yeah.
It's hard to be a hater. You know, it's like you can't say, I'm just going to hate on her necklace from over there or her dress, and then go ask, you know, can we work together? So you can't be a hater. Right.
No, and she's, like I said, I think that it's because she's so down to earth. She's so well liked because of that. And like you said, her relatability. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the coolest thing to find out, is just that she's just as awesome as I thought she was going to be.
That part.
It did not disappoint. It was amazing.
Absolutely. I've been blessed to work with her for 6 years. And I can say, like, throughout those 6 years, she's always been one of the most nicest and most generous people that I think I have come in contact with. And she's just like, she's one person that I can say has supported me in every single venture that I've done, from QVC to my independent things, to modeling, to runway, to the show. You know, she's always come on my platform. So I gotta say that she has been the most supportive person, and I absolutely do love her. And if Renee, you're watching, you know, we love you.
Yes, very,
20,
very much.
30, 100 times over. You know, we love Renee, we love Randy, Ashley, Dahlia. We love everybody on her team. Justin. Hey, Justin.
Yeah.
Justin, her husband, is just the sweetest thing. He is.
I got to meet him at your party, and they were just the cutest couple. They were so cute. They were so cute. I was like, I want one of those.
You have one of those.
I do, but I mean, you know what I mean? Like when you, like it's that the true love thing that I read you. Like true love isn't, you know, young love. Real true love is love past the point of college and, you know, of the butterfly
and candles.
Yeah. True love is we've been there, we've done that, we've, you know, and we're still here.
We're still doing it.
And we still love each other.
And we still love each other. Absolutely.
And I do have that. I love that I have that.
Yes.
Thank you. And he's so
I'm
awesome.
working on mine. I'm still doing the legwork so I can finish this damn dating book. I'm still doing the legwork with this dating. Oh my God, y'all. But the book is going to be amazing when I finish because I have all the best stories ever.
Mhm.
Okay. So speaking of relationships, when we come back, we're going to get ready for my girl Jacinth. I got to see if Bobby, let me know if Jacinth is backstage yet. And when we do come back, we have one more segment with Renee. And then we're going to dive into how you love it with our girl Jacinth. So we'll be right back on Behind the Vibes. I cannot keep a straight face to save my life.
It's just never going to happen for me.
She walks like she's on a mission. Everybody watching her move. Everybody paying attention. Mama ain't raised no fool. She's on fire. She's on fire. She's on fire. Yeah. She's on fire.
How long was my mic muted?
Oh no, I think you were just muted for the break because we both were. I don't
Okay.
think
I was like, did I talk the whole time?
I don't know. Hey Bobby, let's bring our super producer on the screen real quick. Hey Bobby.
Who's
Hi,
your
Bobby.
super producer? I messed up like 3 times already. let's just say producer for now.
Our super producer.
Super producer.
Super producer Bobby, because we could not do this show without Bobby.
Absolutely not.
All right, is
Yeah.
Jacinth, is she backstage yet?
No one is backstage at the current moment.
Oh, well, okie dokie. Well, we are going to wait very patiently for Jacinth. We have one more segment with Renee.
No, that's it. That was 3.
We did all 3 segments with Renee? Oh my God. You know, technically, I guess we probably could have did one more segment with her.
Yep.
We probably could have. But that's okay because I'm saving the end of that for like our April segment.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm actually saving that for that. So I think that's going to go great.
Awesome.
And look, while we're waiting for this to come on, so Bobby, I want to ask you this. Do you drink wine?
Do I drink wine?
Mhm.
Not that much, but I do. I'm not a big red wine drinker because I find it's a little bitter. So, but I do like certain red wines. But I'm mostly kind of like I enjoy like a Pinot Grigio or something like that. A little more on the sweet side. I'm not a big wine drinker, but
Okay. Only because in May, for our May shows, we're actually going to be doing a live wine tasting on our show.
oh, so I would be terrible. I would pick like the sweet, whatever's sweet and fruity. I would pick. I think that's the best wine I've ever tasted in my life. Meanwhile, it's the worst one in the whole thing.
Okay, well, I'm saying because we all have like a hair girl or a nail girl. So now I have a wine girl. Right?
Wow, no,
Yes, I have a great entrepreneur who's coming on in May, and we're actually going to do a live wine tasting at she's throwing us a wine party here in Philly. So we're gonna pick something for you. We're gonna send it to the studio in Long Island since we're gonna be in Philly, and then we can all do a tasting like together.
all right, okay, I'm down. That would be cool.
Right? Okay, as long as you can still operate the boards while sipping your wine.
I mean, if we're going to go down, that's one way. That would be fun. We could,
Yeah, it would be fun.
If we were going to crash and burn, having it be on a wine tasting night would not only be understandable, but pretty funny.
Exactly.
Maybe you can do that. Maybe.
I would kind of rock out with that. If I'm going to crash and burn, I would like to do it during a wine tasting.
Yeah, but you'd have to drink a lot of wine for that to happen. So I can always steer the ship while the rest of the crew, goes down. I can hold it.
You're going to steer the ship while everybody's.
Yeah, I'll keep it afloat till the end.
Oh my God, I can't. Okay, so we have that set up for May the 17th. So you guys lock in that time, that date, because we're going to do a live wine tasting. And those of us who've never actually been to a wine tasting, this will be a great experience. So you can experience what a wine tasting is just without tasting the wine. If you want to have one, then you can book your own with my wine girl, and she does wine tasting parties. And I think it's great because you can get your wine on auto delivery. That's what got me.
And if you think about it, for the people who are still kind of social distancing because we are in a pandemic, it's a really good sub for like the wine tastings in the Hamptons or things like that. Instead of having an away trip to the Hamptons, have a stay in trip with your girlfriends and have a wine tasting.
Nice,
right?
Yeah.
And look, I'm live on Instagram too, and Miss April says blueberry wine is fabulous. I bet you that has some really good antioxidants in it because I love blueberries. Blueberry wine. Yeah, I would like to try that. I would like to try some blueberry wine. I think that'd be hot. Yes. Okay, well, it's 8:30. So let's take one more commercial break, Bobby. And we're gonna get up with Jacinth and get to the line.
Gonna happen.
All right. Should we give a little love to Levita?
Absolutely. All right. Yes, please. Play my girl Levita's commercial. I love her. Shout out to Levita Cameron.
Hi, Levita.
Let's do that.
All right,
yes.
A little bit. You know what? Let's play Levita, and then let's also let's hit Renee one more time with hers, and then we'll come back with How You Love Him.
We're international women with real bodies, and we have real issues. Women with Control helps you stay in control. It's the uplifting factor of the no more little, no more jiggle. Style is not about size, it's about attitude.
I was staring. You know it.
We still just dance the night away, like dance somewhere. Okay, all right, for Jacinth to get on for How You Love It. Our topic tonight, and I want you guys on Instagram to kind of chime in. Buddy, are you on our Facebook page? I don't think I'm on Facebook.
No, not right now.
Okay, you know what then? I think I'm gonna hop on our Facebook page too. Let's just see. I'm gonna hop on our Facebook page so we can kind of get some feedback, because I want to know, how do you guys feel? We're talking about one night stands tonight. Now, Jacinth and I were having a great conversation. Betty and I had a good conversation. And I personally feel like this. If you have a one night stand with somebody, unless you guys actually have like a really good connection, I kind of feel like it's like a smash and pass. I really hate to say that, but I feel like you've already smashed and passed yourself. So it's
every single person who's ever had a one night stand just went, "Aw, that's not what happened."
I will be honest with my truth and walk in my truth. I've had one night stands, and it was a smash.
Same.
I'm not
and my little person
would be like, "Oh no, I would never." Let's be real. Let's have a
the
real
little voice in my head went, "No." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, it's true. It speaks true."
Right. See, look, April is on my Instagram, and she goes, "Oh my God, hold on." April's on my Instagram, and she goes next. I think because women get it in our mind, like if you didn't already got the goods, what's there left to do? You know what I mean? Like if you already, what's left to do?
I used to test. I used to want to know what the goods were like, so I wanted to get in there and find out. Because I mean, what if you're committed? What if you sit there and you sit in your commitment for like 6 months, and then you find out that he is under-endowed, and
I played that game before,
or just doesn't know how to work what he's got, because I've met some guys that weren't, too blessed to be stressed. So, and they were great. I'm just saying, kudos to those men. This is a really awkward conversation.
April is blowing me right now. Instagram. She goes, then don't answer his text the next day. What if he don't text you? So that's what I said.
What if it's not you? It's like pass. What if it's them that's like,
I know, but I don't know. Females, sometimes I think we put it in our head first to be like, well, let me do it first before he does it to me.
Do you think that it's taboo for women to initiate one night stands? Like, do you think that there's like a stigma around it that puts us in like a negative light if we do it, as opposed to like expected, like the whole boys will be boys toxic practice thing?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think nowadays, because of this whole modern femininity thing that they have going on, I think that is a little bit more acceptable, where maybe even 10 years ago, it wasn't as acceptable.
Yeah.
So I would probably say, yeah, I think there's more respect for women.
10 years ago was when I was...
It's more frowned upon, huh?
I don't know. I think that... I mean, I've had a couple of one night stands. I was young and dumb and crazy, and I had my night. And I think that the only one that to this day kind of still haunts me is I didn't remember his name. That
April said, "This is you walk of shame and look fabulous." She said,
"Yeah, I looked great. I looked great, but for the life of me, this poor sweet man, I could not remember his blessed name." So when I went to call him back, I didn't know his name.
That's an awkward conversation. Hi, who is this again? The person who you were in bed with last night.
Could you please write your name down? I got your number, but your name's not next to your number. Could you put your number and your name on this card? Thanks. Please, thank you. Yeah, so that was the only one that I was ever like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that, The other, you're young, do your thing, protect yourself, but have fun.
Right, always protect yourself. But if that does happen and it does jump off, I don't know. I just always feel like I think the guys look at the females worse, but I know females that look at guys worse, who look at and they go, well, I had that. I'm okay. And I asked my female friends who feel that way. I said, well, why do you feel that way? And she's just like, oh, because if he did that with me, he probably does it with somebody else. So why would I want to think about being in a relationship with somebody like that? So she kind of, hey, how you living?
I was in the backstage listening to y'all.
Oh no. Then you heard my craziness. So by all means, jump in.
Jump on in, Justin. Jump on in the pool. Jump on in the 190 pool.
So the question for How You Loving is, can a one night stand evolve into a regular relationship? And I would have to say it's always going to be that thing in the back of my head, it just too many red flags and too many uncertainties. I don't know if I can do it. I like the pacing of a regular relationship where a man is courting me, a man is, the courtship process is so important.
Jacinth wants the romance.
I love romance. What is it called? A hopeless romantic?
Yeah, I am too.
romantic.
I
You
am
are,
a
bro.
hopeless romantic.
You're my hopeless romantic because sometimes you make me feel like I'm like a pit bull with that little pink thing. And I'm just like, no, and just keep it moving. No, Angela, stop.
Would now be a good time to tell you guys that Russell and I evolved from a one night stand?
I think you did.
But y'all married, so
That's why I said,
answers
like,
the question.
Because when Angela and I first spoke about it, I was like, part of me is like, I'm always looking at the glass half full. Like, you never know. And there's just some people, you just never know. You never know how your cards play out, how life goes. And I just don't go by cliches anymore and societal norms. I just don't do it. I just feel like you got to find your own rhythm, find what works for you. And as long as you're at peace with it, if the relationship goes from if it goes from a one night stand to a relationship in the last 6 months, oh well, that's a great 6 months. Make it worth your while.
Do you want to know what turned my one night stand into a marriage?
What? I think everybody
when I knew my worth. And when he pulled the "I'm just not ready for a relationship" card, "I don't want you to be mad at me," I looked at him and said, I'm not mad at you. I feel sorry for you because I'm amazing and you are missing out.
Mm-hmm.
And guess who came right on back? Because nothing is sexier than a woman who's got her boots strapped on tight and knows what she's worth.
That's
Nothing.
right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Exactly.
That sister. Amen.
And there's some men out there who like that assertiveness in a woman. There's some men who's like, wow, that's sexy. She knows what she wants.
Who flight. Either they fight or they flight. They do that. Yeah.
Right.
But Miss April said, she said, never mind his name, Betty. She should just make sure he remembers yours.
Oh, he did. That was the awkward part.
Mag, do you want to go?
Yeah, he knew my first and last name. I did not know his.
You will get in on this. Hey, Mac. Look, we got Mac too.
Hey, Mac.
All right, come on, man.
Doing, handsome?
Our man point of view from this. What you think?
I mean, in back of my head, I'm always going to think like, okay, of course, like it's a case by case basis, but also it's like in back of my head, I'm going to think like, okay, if I did it, how many times this happened in the past? Like that's just going to be my initial thought. And then like, sometimes it's like, if I don't know, that would definitely be my initial thought. Like, okay, like, does she do this often?
Right.
9 times out of 10, she might not be honest.
What if you get coochie whipped, and you're like, man, she got her life together, she got her head on right, and she got some good ass stuff.
I'm saying though, but like at the same time, you gotta snap back to reality.
But I mean, if everything lines up and she's the woman that you want, and it's just that thing that's plaguing you, which can be a little insecurity because you're talking yourself out of something good.
And that's why I said it's a case by case basis, because you would have to have a conversation with that person.
Yep. Most people are the rule. The exceptions are the rare things.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about communication and transparency, and then honestly, like just like even acknowledging your feelings to that person if you want to pursue like a longer relationship with them.
Angela, you look like you're chewing on something. Penny, for your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna pass. If I smash you out, I'm probably gonna pass. I'm just being honest because me personally, I would just I couldn't my brain probably can't get past it where I'm just like, this is a thing for you. It's a thing for you. And it might not be a thing for me, but in the back of your mind, you're probably thinking the same thing about me.
Yeah. It wasn't a thing for me. I still haven't had that many partners. But it was definitely a thing for Russell. Oh my gosh. Yes, it was.
Don't put his body count out there.
No.
Don't put his body count. But
I will just say that I would shake all their hands and say thank you. Thank you very much.
You prepared him for me.
Right. So I would say when I was younger, that was something that, I would take into account. Now, being older, if that was to happen, I don't know. Because I mean, I feel like when I was younger, I was more of a kid. Now that I'm more of an adult, I can have those conversations. And I think it just really depends on how much you connect with that person non-sexually. Once you cross that threshold and you go there, then you have to really, it's like you got to do stuff backwards. Now you got to find time with them. Now you got to find, you know, what you can do that's not sex-based. So it's like you got to take steps backwards. So
that is true.
I feel like it's also like kind of difficult to like you know, like once you do it the first time, it's like, I don't know. I feel like there's definitely something in like, you know, courting somebody and like working your way towards that.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel
And
like,
that,
when you do it on the first date, it's like, okay.
Now this I like what you just said. Now it brings me to this question: can somebody have sex and then work backwards? Like, you know, I had too much that night, but I want to get to know you. I'm really interested. But if the cat already out the gate, can you both work backwards to try to build a stronger foundation because sex was first?
I mean, I don't think so. Russell and I had wanted each other for like 20 something years. So that was just like,
yeah, I mean, that's
hot and cold clouds hitting each other. Like it was going to happen.
I mean,
but
I think you can try and work backwards, but I just think it makes it so much more complicated.
Yeah.
Because when you're dating someone and you're courting someone, you intentionally don't just dive into sex because you do want to get to know that person. I think once you pass that kind of threshold of it, you're kind of just like, well, now I got to make sure I don't want to have sex with this person or rip this person's clothes off because we've already been there.
The majority
what if it's for religious reasons? Maybe that person, you know, had a calling on their life and they was like, you know, I want to do stuff right in a godly manner and I feel bad or guilty for having sex and you're not my husband or my wife.
Well, Betty and I talked about that too. Remember, just like I've already lived that life. Remember, 6 months? I've lived that life. Remember? I didn't mean to make you cough, girl, but I've lived that life where I did that. I was dating somebody for 6 months. It was 6 months. And it was this whole thing of great dates. And then when we tried to actually like go further, it was a whole problem. Nothing, it wasn't working and literally, and it just was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was never putting my own blast, but I lived that life. So after having 6 months of great dates, and it was good ass dates, I just learned that like he wasn't honest with me about that, and maybe that's why he's still single. So I've already lived that life. So
and that's probably why he also over contributed in the other departments because he had to make up for that.
The stigma that I always heard is that if a guy is okay with waiting, he's not working with much. That's what
if a guy is okay with waiting, he's not working with much.
But okay, but then it's like
it all depends too, because there's, like I said, there's some people who are in ministry or people for religious reasons. I guess they're not working with much.
I mean, well, that's different. Like,
but April said if he brags about it, that means he's not working with nothing. If he brags about it.
That's if he brags about it, but he still holds out, he's not working with much. But if it's a religious thing, I think that's just, I don't even think it has to be a religious thing. Some people just don't want to. And we should all be able to be empowered enough to say, I want to wait. I don't feel like it. You know, this is my body, and no.
We're in the pandemic, so I'm not surprised.
Well, no, I would say the norm for people who want to wait till marriage is usually 9 out of 10 times religious reasons.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 times it's usually spiritual, religious,
are still
celibacy.
Waiting for marriage.
Huh?
How many people do we know? Let's just say the four of us. How many people do we know that actually waited until marriage before they had sex within this century? I'm not talking about like 20 years ago. Do we know?
Ciara and Russell.
know that we know. we can't vouch for those people.
I want
They
to
don't
hear
know
like
them like that.
I want to hear about a couple that like waited and then got married and then had sex for the first time after marriage to see how that was.
Oh, I
Because
know.
I feel
one.
like, you know, like marriage, like I don't know. I feel like what if you got married, waited until marriage, and then it was trash?
Yeah, I actually know one.
Oh my God, Angela! Remember, what if you had gotten married to that guy, and the night of your wedding, that
She would have gotten divorced.
I
on that
know.
night.
What is the
An
timeline
annulment.
for an annulment?
I'd be in
I think
therapy.
it's 6 months.
I'd be in therapy probably right now. I'd be in therapy because, okay, I would feel like I'm an adult, so I would, and you know, to me, when I was in that situation, I just felt more like it was being deceitful than being honest. Because if he would have came out from the door and just had been more honest with me, then we could have maybe worked through that together. But because he wasn't honest and we were away, and it just was like all the way down. I mean, like then I felt like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? This person is being dishonest. So I feel like if you're honest about those things, better. But if you're waiting until you get married and they pop up, you're already married.
So if you're dating and a guy said, you know, I'm diabetic, and you know it doesn't go up because my blood flow is off, and I have to take stuff to get it going, or pump or whatever pills, you'll still date that person?
If they're
I'm trying to be mature. I really am, but my inner 12-year-old is dying right now. Dying. I'm sorry.
I'll be honest. If they are honest with me, because like I said, if you get married and you can't consummate your wedding, that's another thing. But if you're honest with someone and let them know that this is, like you said, I'm a diabetic, or, you know, I have erectile dysfunction, something, but you're working on it, then that's good. By the time we get to that point, then you should have worked on it so that we're not just sitting here like, what you doing? You want to play cards? Like, that's not realistic.
Go
gotta be
fish.
realistic.
Go
we can't be
fish.
sitting up here fiddling thumbs. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm mean. I don't know. Maybe I'm a mean person.
No. I mean, but these are great questions, because I know people, like personally, who are married and stuff like that too, or in relationships, and their sex life is trash because of diet. When you're diabetic, it does give you an erectile dysfunction.
Yeah.
So I know many women who are really unhappy.
There was at least
if we're
a year
married,
that
we
I
should be
didn't
working
have sex with
together,
us.
because that's something that we can correct. Because if you have diabetes, then maybe we can change your diet. We can get you on the right things, you know. And that's being married. If
That's
I'm
true.
dating you and you don't have, and remember, just said he wanted me to play wife. He wanted me to find him a doctor and find like some therapy. And I'm just like, this is what wives do. I'm not your wife. Like, you can't expect me to go out and say, okay, let me find out why you're having an issue.
Yeah.
You need to do that. You know what I mean? Like, that's your responsibility. But then you can't put that on me to be like, well, you're not going to help me find out. Sir, didn't we know about this before? Like, you acting like we didn't know about this, or you didn't know about this. You just telling me.
Dude.
Right. So now you want me to fix it? I can't do that.
I'm not your mama.
I'm not your super saver.
I am not your doctor, not your mama. Nope. Not your babysitter, your nanny, nothing.
I was trying to be your girlfriend. And you lied. You lied about it. Okay.
So I guess for majority rules is saying, and no, once you kind of cross that line, it's hard to pedal backwards and try to create that strong foundation
backwards.
For
and sometimes
strong relationships.
Sometimes you want, like, it's going to sound funny. Like, Russell and I, we're Christian, but we're not super religious. We're way more spiritual than we are religious.
Right.
But after we got married, I remember having the conversation where we were laying in bed one time and we were like, that would have been so cool how cool would that have been if we would have been each other's first? Like, have that moment, that innocence, that the only thing that you have complete control over to give is that choice. There are women who experience rape and things like that, and I don't consider that losing your virginity at all. I consider virginity is such a socio standard of thought. I think that it's more your first choice. And I would
if y'all could,
I would have left that.
Would y'all go back and switch who your first was? Would you switch it?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and I hope he's watching. I would definitely switch. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
It was a one night stand.
You're being fast.
Yeah.
I'm telling your mama.
Right, I'm telling your mom. I'm telling your mama. No.
I would never do it again. And like, it was offered, and I was just, it was a hard pass for me.
Girl, I just, you know what? If I could go back in that time, I would tell my younger self, don't experiment. Just wait. Because no one knows anything.
It's not worth it.
It's not.
It's
and it was like a science experiment for me. Things were trying to get to the right place. Didn't nobody know what was going on. It was a whole bunch of I was like, I don't think I like this. This is not what I signed up for.
Yeah,
so
I was not sober. So yeah.
I think for guys it's different. Like especially growing up, like I feel like it was like a notch under your belt, so it didn't even matter if it was
a badge of honor.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you did good.
And you know what? That's what we're gonna talk about this month. Why is it so acceptable for guys to do it, but then when girls do it, it's like, oh my God, you're this, you're that. Why is it okay for guys to be like, oh, you know what? Just lose your virginity in high school. You know, it'll make you a better man when you go to college and blah blah blah. I don't understand why that is so. Like, why is that the norm? Why? Why are guys allowed to show sexuality and women are not?
Yeah.
You said there's side what is
like
it?
No, I'm just saying that there's actually negative side effects for having like people having multiple partners, men and women. So it's like, I mean,
so you're taking on that energy, that soul tie.
Yeah.
A lot of people hear that
and cutting that.
But it's real. That is real.
Angela and I had a conversation about that.
Yeah, there's some people after having sex with a person, they whole demeanor change. They walk around with this dark cloud on their head. They're lost. They're like, you know, they go crazy.
And then if you have a certain amount of sexual partners, it'll be hard for people to be monogamous because of like the number of partners they have, and they get used to that.
Yeah.
Well, I've experienced the whole soul tie situation, and I've talked to a lot of friends and given a lot of advice when it comes to that on a spiritual level. And I tell people all the time that the most important thing that they can do when they come out of a physically active relationship is to call their energy back to them, cleansed, renewed, and only theirs, and to give any and all existing energies that are with them back to the universe.
Right.
Manifest on it, affirm it, know that it is so,
I like that,
and move on with your life.
Yes.
But it is absolutely a tie. There is an energy exchange that happens during sex, and it is alarming that people don't understand that. It's the same thing that happens when women have babies. Like, we feel an energetic connection to those babies because they were part of our bodies. That's what sex is, y'all. Yeah.
That's right.
You become a part of
someone all you one night standers hear that, call your energy back after one night standing. If you're one night standing out there, call your energy back. Call it back. Don't let that your energy, and don't keep theirs. You never know what you're diving into when you're sexually intimate with somebody. It's a whole thing. It is a whole thing.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I love it, girl. I love it. How you love it? Okay.
You
We're
love
gonna
it,
have
girl.
to. We're gonna
I
have to
know
dive
this week
deeper
I
into
was
that.
sorry, guys. This week I was really sick, and Angela was like, "Come in for the last half of the show to do the like." She called me yesterday. She was just like, "Your voice is. You sound horrible."
Poor baby. I want to make her tea so bad, but I know she's so
know.
far from me.
What are some remedies? What kind of tea do you usually make? I usually do just peppermint tea.
Right, real quick.
You want to do stinging nettle, licorice tea. If you mix, if you can get a hold of some dandelion root tea, that's amazing.
That's good. Yeah, I've had that.
And I'm sorry, but it is what it is. If you have any constipation or anything, some cranberry leaf or some raspberry leaf tea will help you with that. I'm just saying, because sometimes when you take medicine, it does a thing.
Well, you know what I recommend? A hot toddy, some rock and rye, and some tea, and drink your hot toddy, or put some bourbon in there or some scotch. Girl, that'll take away the mucus, clear out everything.
What?
So I say go for the hot toddy. Put the liquor in there, honey. You'll be fine.
I told you.
I've never heard that
Tell you, go
before.
get some rock and rye.
It's the rock and rye. I'm telling you, that's my.
To be fair, the one time I did it, because I was super sick, and Angela was like, go get some rock and rye and make some tea and throw it in your stuff and drink it up. Girl, I slept for 10 hours and woke up feeling amazing. So
no lies detected here. No lies. I'm telling you, girl.
It was in the pudding.
I might have to drive to your house, girl, make you one so you can pass out. Get the kids
I
away.
need that in my life. I need to do that tomorrow. If I wasn't waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning for a shoot, then I'll definitely. But I got to do that tomorrow. I got to call you, Angela, get that.
Yes, I will text it to you.
Yes, please. Please.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, and somebody else on and Miss April said Jameson Irish whiskey. Oh yes, in your tea. That's another good hot toddy one. Put some Jameson, some whiskey in there. I'm telling you.
Yep.
Okay.
I like brandy and apple cider.
Ooh, apple cider is really good.
It's good. That's a good one. That's a good one. So, oh my God, ladies! Well, oh my gosh, it's already 9:00. So we're about to wrap up our show. Just send any last words, my love. Thank you so much for hopping on because I know you did not feel well, and I appreciate you and love y'all. Thank you too, Mac.
No problem.
Yes.
Let's make a little quick.
I bet he been taking care of me, y'all.
Oh,
I'm trying to make her some ginger
She
tea.
has it
It's too
too.
spicy.
See?
Huh?
Nothing. I'm getting way too sentimental for something that is not my business.
I love it.
Just last words is just what Angela say. Do it for the cause and not applause. I love that saying. Do everything you do in life with excellence. I've just been coming across so many people in this business who just half-ass stuff, just not doing stuff with excellence, money-driven, egotistical. And I'm just like, it's just enough to make you give up in this entertainment world, but just trying to stay focused and just find the right money team, find the right team, but do everything you do with excellence. Let your yeses be your yeses and your no be your no. If you can't do something, be honest. Don't over promise and under deliver.
I'm with that, girl. Amen.
Amen.
Yes. Well, just girl, I cannot wait until we dive in to more How You Lovin' this month for the month of April. And April is going to be our month of excellence. So welcome to April. It's the month of excellence. So we're going from empowering women to the month of excellence. So I'm excited. And I can't wait to tune in because Mac is going to be doing an interview later on this month. Or no, in May. He's going to be doing it in May where he's going to be interviewing. Mac, who are you interviewing? An activist, correct?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be an activist. I'll release the name soon.
Yeah, because that's going to be for May once we confirm. So I'm excited to see your interview, Mac. I'm excited for that.
Oh, yeah, that'll be a dope interview. So I'm definitely excited.
I can't wait. Well,
I'm really excited too.
You guys, and thank you for jumping on, girl. And it's always great for your How You Lovin' segment.
Thank you, guys.
Love you both. All right, Betty Boo, girl, thank you so much for hopping on with me, hanging out. We got to do that fabulous interview with Renee. So thank you. Any last words, honey?
I think that if I'm going to tell them what I was talking to you about earlier. Yeah. Just remember that everybody owns their own feelings. No one can make you feel anything. You get the choice of options every day. You can be whatever you want to be about whatever situation you want to be. If somebody is doing something where it's making you uncomfortable or it's whatever, just remember that they're not making you anything. You are grown. You get to walk away. You get to be happy. You get to feel what you want to feel. So there's no making anyone feel any kind of way. The story you tell yourself is not what is being said always.
Amen. I'm with that. Thank you, Betty Boop. Love you, honey. Super talent producer. Night, Boo. See you in the green room.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you so much. And before I leave, I want to shout out to my girl, Miss April 989 on Instagram. Happy birthday. I know your birthday's on Friday, so it's Aries season. So shout out to all my Aries. And I just want to say, thank you guys for tuning in with us tonight. I hope you guys got some gems, some inspiration, and to all my empowering women, thank you so much for celebrating with us as we celebrate women who empower women, not only in March, but all year round. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us. Thank you to Bobby, our super duper producer right here on Strong Island TV. I am Miss Perriman. And remember, this is Behind the Vibes. We're here every first, third Tuesday. And remember, you get a great team like ours, and guess what? When your vibes work, the tribe works. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Good night.